We are so back. It's another happy hour. It's been a few weeks, but we're back. Welcome to Happy Hour with Savannah Huemuller, who also does in-game fun stuff for the Stars. Like she's just a superstar now. All of a sudden, we have a superstar on the podcast. Not a big deal. Hey, Savannah, how are we?
Hey, Stone. We're good. We're surviving the ice storm still, but you know
Sure.
what? It's going to be great. And we're back. We got some road games going on and the Olympic break next week. It's crazy.
It's pretty wild. We're so close. My USA hat still hasn't come in. I've emailed the company. I'm like, hey, it was like a 3 to 5 day shipping thing. I was really excited about this hat. I think it's supposed to be here tomorrow. I don't know. Could be wrong. I'm excited about my US hat though.
There may be even more of a delay based on the fact that there's nothing happening in Dallas right now. I went to the grocery store yesterday. Everything's still out.
Oh, that's not good news. I still haven't been able to leave my house. How's everyone in the chat? We see Matt. We see Junior. We see other Matt. How are we doing? How's everyone's house? If you live in the DFW area, how did the snowstorm go for you? My ice has not melted off of the driveway. So I'm still stuck. I can't go anywhere because my driveway is kind of hilly. So I'm not going to just like back out into my neighbor's either house or hedges in front of their house. So I'd rather not do that. I'm just waiting it out.
Stone's been a little,
I'm cooped up.
he's cooped up. We got to get him out one of these days, but hopefully tomorrow is your day. And hopefully you'll go into tomorrow with the Stars potentially beating Vegas tonight in Vegas. We would love that. That'd be a great start to your Friday.
Yeah, as long as I could just go on a run tomorrow. Like if the sidewalks or the road are like clear enough in my neighborhood, I'm going on a run tomorrow. I'm gonna figure that out. Just need to move outside of my house, outside of my backyard, maybe.
Yeah, just get outside for a little bit.
I had 3.5 inches of just solid ice in my backyard for days.
Yeah,
3.5
that's
inches.
rough.
Absolutely insane.
Last week, remember I told you should have made a little ice rink in your backyard? I mean, you didn't even need to do that because it's in your front yard.
Yeah, I'm sure Ben's not going to be in here, but Stars Countdown on Twitter, if you don't know him already, go check out his Twitter from the past few days. He got on his skates and like skated through the park, like on grass. Like that's how frozen solid it was.
I actually Googled where I could purchase some ice skates. Obviously, I wasn't going to go out and pick them up, but I was like, I need a good price range if I were to ever purchase them. What am I working with right now? Yes, they're a little pricey. Found a couple good options, but for the next ice storm, I'll do that.
Okay, good for in 2 years. We got Gus in the chat as well. C63. He can't listen to the chat, but wanted to say, hey, what's up? Go Stars. Yes. Matt says the ice has melted mostly and clear. So thoughts on the Knights being the opponent for the Stadium Series? Yeah, that was going to be our first topic. Savannah, we found out today that the Dallas Stars have the Stadium Series, obviously in Jerry World in Arlington at the Cowboys Stadium. They're going to be playing the Vegas Golden Knights. I want to hear your thoughts because I have a very strong opinion on this, and it was not met well on Twitter today.
You know what? I kind of like the matchup. These two teams, especially dating back to that postseason, I believe 2023. That was
2020. You can go back further,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just they've always had this big rivalry, and I did expect, obviously, you're thinking maybe a divisional opponent for this Stadium Series. That's kind of what I was anticipating, but I'm pretty happy it is the Golden Knights for the most part. I think it's a really good game. These two teams battle each other. We've seen that in the playoffs. I like it. I think it's going to be entertaining. Vegas always comes with a really big crowd. There are a ton of Vegas fans that live here in Dallas. I think it's going to be a really, really packed out stadium just from Stars fans, but also based on the fact that the Knights are playing in it. I think they'll get a little bit more viewers on this one.
Yeah, because back in 2020, if you told me that we were going to have a Winter Classic, we're going to play at the Cotton Bowl, who would you like to play? It immediately would have been the Blues, since they had just beat you in the second round of the Western Conference playoffs. Like I would like to beat them on the national stage in one of the biggest hockey crowds that this continent has seen. Would have liked that, but we got the Preds, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? They were a really good team for a while. The Stars were getting good at that point, and you're like, okay. I can kind of see it. They have Yossi and they had Pecorine at the time still, and
Mhm.
that was an awesome game. It looked incredible. Obviously, super outside, super cloudy. It's just perfect winter conditions for Dallas at that point. Jerry World's going to be a whole crazy spectacle with Vegas being there, but I'm a huge proponent of Vegas. I said last season after the Miro Heiskanen injury from Mark Stone, I said that was the best rivalry in the NHL that we had last year. There's bad blood in between those two teams. Like I know Toronto and Boston and Montreal and all those original 6 teams hate each other, but like there hasn't been like super animosity. There hasn't been really good playoff series between a bunch of different teams. Like Vegas and Dallas had met in the playoffs 3 times in 4 years. I thought that was the best rivalry. And for now, it's going to be, I think it's still a really good one. Before the Mikko trade happened, that was the best one that the Stars had. So I don't hate it. I actually really like it. I think it's going to be really cool. And I think the jerseys are going to look really good in an outdoor stadium for the Winter Classic or Stadium Series, whatever you want to call it. They have 14 different names for it.
So 2024, when the Stars played Vegas in that first round,
Mhm.
I was in Southern California, canceled my flight back to Dallas. I was on a delay, drove from LA to Vegas to go watch, I believe it was game 3.
Wow.
No. Game 3 maybe
Okay.
of that first round. And Dallas lost in that game. But being in that environment and seeing like the Vegas fans and going to their arena and like understanding their whole system and just what they were doing on the ice, just like the battle with the Stars. Like
Mhm.
it is a pretty thick rivalry at this point. I think you're going to get a lot of eyeballs on this, and that's what the NHL is pretty much targeting.
All right, I'm pulling up that 2024 series up because I went to 2 of these games. Okay, yeah. So game 2, I went to game 2. That was a birthday present from my wife. That was pretty cool. Vegas won 3-1. That was a frustrating game.
Was that in?
Is in Dallas.
Okay.
And then they obviously go to Vegas down 2-0 in the series. They win an OT in game 3, win game 4, 4-2, and then they came back home to game 5. Also went to that with one of my buddies. And they won that one 3-2. So I was 1-1 that playoff series.
There you go. I think I was at the game. I think I was at game 4 when the Stars lost.
Yeah. So that was a really fun series. They obviously go to game 7. Radek Faksa scores the game-winning goal, the series-clinching goal, which is with like 50 seconds into the third period too. Like it just stayed that way for 19 minutes, which was crazy. Really fun series. Obviously, we haven't played them much since then because they're in Vegas. We're in Dallas. They don't play each other 4 times a year. So Matt said for being a newer team, Stars and Vegas have been intertwined at the hip, and Stars were Vegas's first ever opponent in an NHL regular season. There's a little wrinkle. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. We like that, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah. Vegas, obviously one of the better teams in the NHL, have been since they showed up. Unfortunately, everyone can hate their fans. Everyone can hate their national anthem chant that they do when they show up into Dallas, and they try to do it over the Stars. They do the Knights thing. Yeah, I think we don't like them, and I think that's a great matchup. I don't hate it at all.
We're here for it. It's going to be great. We still have a good year to prepare for that one, but the Stars tonight, it's the first of 3 games that they will play against Vegas the rest of this regular season.
That's crazy. We haven't played them yet.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an interesting game. I'm excited for this one, actually.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. I think the Stars, you weren't on the last episode. What did you think about the last game where they had the Blues done? It was over. It was 3-0. And then they had that weird wonky third period with the offside, non-offside call, and then the puck bouncing off the ref directly going to Shen basically for pretty much a wide open net one-on-one with the goaltenders. So what do you think about the Blues game heading into this game? Because I thought that second period and the first period were pretty good. And then the third period was like, I don't know if it was their fault necessarily.
Not necessarily their fault, but we have talked about this a few times now. There's a lack of finish or really like effort during that third period for some reason. There's kind of a fall off. And so the Stars really need to understand that going into that third period, they need to hold it a little bit more. I think allowing those 3 goals, which maybe you can argue some of them like there was the offsides potentially there, but
Yeah.
I think it's the Stars just letting things kind of slip towards that third period, and it's just not going to hold long term. Third period is where you win hockey games, obviously.
Yeah, and this team was super good in the third period, obviously, to start the season for that first, month and a half, 2 months of the season, and heading into December. And then late December, it started to fall off a little bit. And you could see the cracks, and you could always see the cracks. They were just winning the games. They were always coming back or whatever it was. And now they kind of fell back to I guess they regressed a little bit to the mean. Regression means that they're going back towards the mean. Look up the definition. Learned that a few years ago. Life-changing. Doesn't mean you're bad. It just means you're going back down to normal, and that's okay. But yeah, I think just winning on the road was huge. 3-1 since the fire sacrifice. People aren't talking about it enough. Let's see what happens tonight in Vegas. Obviously, last year, the last time you played in Vegas was that the Miro Heiskanen injury last year. I think that's the last time we've been in Vegas.
It was because it was right before the Four Nations in which Miro Heiskanen was supposed to play in. He gets the knee injury, Mark Stone. So it was right before the Four Nations break last year. So it basically is the same time frame of when we played them last year. And then we did, it was like 2 back-to-back consecutive games against Vegas. They played this time of year and then just like really close to that break. And then that's when the injury happened.
That's right. Yeah, because they played somewhere around here, because I think Dom came up to that game in Dallas when they played Vegas, and Otter had that incredible save. I think Robo had 2 goals. I think Eichel had 2 goals in that game. Like, that was a really fun one at home in January.
Yeah, Wyatt Johnston had a hat trick for that one too.
A bunch of crazy games between Vegas. So there is some bad blood, and there's enough bad blood for this to actually mean something. Obviously, Vegas just got Rasmus Anderson. Am I making that up? Did I?
No, you're correct.
All right. Yeah. It's been, I've been doing a lot of NBA trades today. We filmed a whole episode about Giannis asking for a trade, not asking for a trade, but asking for a trade. And we made up a bunch of fake trades. So I've been in Fanspo a lot today. So I just needed to make sure I had that right. Rasmus Anderson is on the Vegas Golden Knights. Obviously, the Stars probably were looking at him. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but everyone can pretty much assume that they were at least had a conversation about him. And yeah, they're a fun, hard team to play against. They're big. They play physical. You got Adam Ernie in the lineup tonight instead of Colin Blackwell. Got a little bit bigger, a little bit more muscle. I want to see Jamie Benn hitting people. I want to see Ernie hitting people. I just want to see hits tonight. I need to see more physicality than we saw against the Blues, because the Blues just destroyed the Stars on the boards, physicality, all that kind of stuff. I'd like to see just them be heavy. I just wanted to see them be heavy.
And that's exactly what Coach Golitzin had to say after that Blues game. He wanted the team to be more physical. They aren't showcasing that right now. So hopefully he's implemented that into this upcoming game tonight against Vegas. You need to see a little bit more physicality. Yes, you are pretty much going to get Lian Bichsel back likely next week, right before the Olympic break. And probably one of those games is what he was saying today. But you need your team to be physical. So I do like Adam Ernie in that lineup. Let's see what Jamie Benn can do. But a lot of those guys need to step up to that 1% mentality that they started off the season with.
Yeah, because when they started the first month of the season, I was like, this is awesome. This rules, because they're shooting the puck and they're getting these A+ chances, and they're being that perimeter-based team, but they're also going to the hard areas on offense. And then on defense, they're just hitting people. They're just checking. They're forechecking and back checking. Like, that was a really fun 6 weeks to start the season, I think. And then obviously with Bichsel going down, you getting Jamie back into the lineup. Matt Duchene comes back in the lineup. Thomas Harley comes back in the lineup. It just gets a little more, I guess, less physical and more finesse, which is weird when you talk about Jamie Benn. But Jamie Benn doesn't do the same thing as Jamie used to. A little bit older. I think he's saving his hits for when he needs to. He still throws them every night. But yeah, once Lian comes back, I think the physicality just shoots through the roof for everyone. Because we saw it with Lian earlier in the season. Like, Essen Lindell was just throwing haymakers at some point. Like, he's getting in the muck. You see guys that don't ever throw hits just start throwing hits because Lian Bichsel's out there laying haymakers and just killing people. So I think we'll see more of that when Lian comes back. Obviously, just for one game. I don't know how much that's going to determine the fact of hitting at that point. But I'd like to see Lian back. I just kind of miss the big guy.
Hey, you know what? Vegas is a physical team. They play hard hockey too, very physical hockey. So I think it's going to be just one of those nights. And hopefully we see a little bit more out of that. I'm keeping up with what Matt's posting here.
Oh yeah.
Matt sends us all the good questions. We love it.
So Matt K originally said, I don't know, it just irritates me that we had to wait 7 years to get another outdoor game while Vegas had to wait a year. It's kind of the luck of the draw, but you also got to think we've hosted it both times. Vegas hasn't hosted. So, like, think about it that way. Matt K says, would Drew Doughty be a good pair for Harley if the Kings get Panarin? I don't know what that means with Kings getting Panarin has to do with Harley and Doughty, but Harley and Doughty, I think, are the projected pairing at the Olympics right now. So
that'd be interesting to just keep an eye on. Also, Drew Doughty, he tends to get injured pretty frequently. He's one of those guys that could be day to day for a long stretch. So that's just one thing that I have on him. But I guess we'll see what the pairings look like at the Olympics. And then if maybe they're a good pair, who knows what can come out of that. That'll be interesting.
Be strange. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Panarin? Me and Dom are in, depending on the price, obviously. And obviously it doesn't come with a contract after this. It's UFA. There was a report that Panarin would go to Dallas without a contract extension. It's one of the very few places, if not the only place, that he would go without an extension. And then reports today are saying that he's not going anywhere without an extension. So I don't know what's real. I don't know what's fake. But what do you think about the bread man?
I think he'd be a great fit with the Stars. I like what he's done with the Rangers for a long period of time, but it has to make sense for him. And there's probably a lot of contract negotiations going on. I mean, you would think that he'd maybe want to keep his options open and go in as a free agent so he can like maybe go try to win a cup. And then after he can pick and choose where he wants to go. I also heard San Jose might be in the mix. I heard some of those rumors, which was a little strange. I was like, interesting. So we'll see where he pans out, but it doesn't look like he's going to be playing until the Olympic break. The Rangers have probably taken him out of the lineup, and he he probably had his last game already as a New York Ranger.
Yeah, it's very weird that they could just hold him out. Like the NBA will do this, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Because they don't really find, like, if you're holding him out for trade and salary retention or whatever it is, like, you can do that in the NBA, but in the NHL, you can't just rest. There is no load management. Mm-hmm. There's no, like, hey, you just sit out tonight. There's no rest. There's no, I'm going to hold you out for trade. So I wonder if the Rangers are going to get fined for this, or if they've already talked to league and, like, hey, you saw our letter. We're trading pieces to our fans. Like, that crazy letter. I think I'd have to burn my phone if the Stars ever sent out a tweet like that. I think I'd just have to burn my phone.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't think the Stars would do something like that.
As long as Jim Nill's here, we're fine. But yeah.
But I mean, the New York Rangers have like done this in the past. What was it? Was it who was it that was traded last year to the Ducks?
Oh, Kreider.
Yes.
And Trouba. Yeah,
the Trouba trade, and like they just he was their team captain, and they were just like bye, like see you later. So like the Rangers have done this. We know this from the Rangers.
And then they might just trade JT Miller again after just getting him back. Mm-hmm. They're like, this might not be okay. Rangers dumpster fires. So like, if Panarin is available and he's gonna be a UFA and he doesn't need an extension and it doesn't take a first round pick to get him because he just says, hey, I'm going to Dallas, figure it out. Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
So far in. And that's like a dream scenario because he's probably getting a first round pick and he's probably getting a contract extension on top of it. If he goes to the Sharks, kind of love it.
It'd be actually fun. Really cool for the Sharks.
Because that's like an extension there. He's looking for, I think what I saw today was a $4 by $12 million extension AAV, which is a lot for a 34-year-old, but like, I guess the cap's going up, whatever. And I think the Sharks and Anaheim and everyone's kind of stuck on 3 by 11. Mm-hmm. So $1 million less, 1 year less. So I don't know what he's going to get in free agency or if he gets anything. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you, but I would like Panarin on my top line with Mikko Rantanen and Wyatt Johnston. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be awesome.
Be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I also see a lot of stuff on the timeline today talking about Kadri, Nazem Kadri, as a trade target, and I just can't see it with the contract he has. There's no way. He makes $7 million a year, and he's 36 years old right now, 35.
It's not going to happen.
No way.
It's not going to happen. To be honest with you, I think that the Stars are already like, we have a couple guys on our team that are already getting up there in age. I mean, you're looking at Matt Duchene, you're looking at Jamie Benn. They already just extended Matt Duchene for the 4 years. And, I don't think that they're going to want, yes, they're going to want somebody in with experience that could be a vet that you want to pull in during a big postseason run. But if you're looking at long-term to have somebody on your team, they're probably going to try to go for somebody a little bit younger is what my guess is.
Yeah, you need someone in like Mikko's age range.
Correct. Yeah.
You don't have to go super young. Like, we're not going Wyatt Johnston, Thomas Harley young, but like if we can go 28, 29, that makes more sense. The Blake Coleman thing's always intriguing because it's a DFW kid coming back home. Like, that would be fun. That'd be great. And he plays left wing. Like, it just fits. It does. But at what cost, I think, is kind of what we're looking at.
Yeah. Cost. Money is everything. And you have to look at who on this team could they potentially look at trading. And it's a very difficult decision right now. But they're going to wait, I think, likely until the Olympic break is over, see what goes on with the Olympics. Hopefully no injuries. This is a rough time for GMs and for coaches right now. They're scared to let their players go out and play in those Olympic games because you just never know what can happen in them. And those guys are out there playing for their country. So it's wild.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone in the chat's a baseball fan, but big Astros guy here, Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa, did not get insurance on their contracts with the Astros, so they can't go play in the World Baseball Classic in March, which kind of sucks because, like, if they got hurt in the WBC, there's a contract clause in there that Correa would just not get paid his $31 million salary this year.
See, that's wild.
That's insane. That's wild. I didn't know that was real, and it's only because there's previous injury history attached to Correa's contract, so like that kind of sucks. But like, I wanted Robo to go, and everyone's like, well, it's good, it's better for the Stars that he doesn't go. And I'm like, is it? The guy's hot right now and he gets to go play for another 2.5 weeks instead of sitting for 3 weeks. I don't know if it's better for him to sit at home, go play golf in Hawaii, or to go to Milan.
I don't know. I like the fact that the guys stay in the rhythm. Obviously, that's something I've talked to Jake Ottinger about like 15 times, but you just stay in it, which is nice because you're just practice, and you're playing against the best guys in the world. But yeah, it's definitely, it'll be harder for some of those guys that are not on Olympic break to get paced back to where the guys that are going to the Olympics are when you start back up in late February.
Yeah. Think about Harley when he came back from Four Nations break last year. He's like, I learned so much in that like week that he was there because he wasn't even there the whole time. He was about to go on vacation with Wyatt Johnston. He said, hey, I got to get on a different plane. Sorry, pal. Exactly. Yeah, I'm excited about the Olympics. And I just want all of my guys to be there. I'm going to root for the U.S., but like it'd be cooler to have Jake and Robo on Team USA. That'd be a lot more fun for me.
That would be fun. I have some fun Wyatt Johnston facts going into this game tonight.
Sure.
All right. So it's Wyatt Johnston's 300th NHL game.
What is he, 22?
Basically. Let me get, okay. So he's riding a 3-game point streak right now against Vegas. So he's had 6 points during that span. So that includes that hat trick back last January against the Golden Knights. And then he is the 82nd player in Stars franchise history to reach the 300th NHL mark. And more impressive than anything, he has never missed a game, regular season or playoffs, since making his debut.
I knocked on the wood for you.
We do love that. Leading with 17 power play goals. The record in a single season is 22. So I hope Wyatt Johnston can score a power play goal tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights, and we can just keep climbing.
Keep the party going. Yeah, because the franchise record now is 18 by Modano. He's 1 off of tying that. He's 2 off of breaking that. Obviously, we think he's probably going to do that. If he plays the rest of the season, the odds are he's going to score at least 2 more power play goals, if not 20. Feels like he's going to score 20.
I think we just need to keep that number climbing. We have plenty of time.
Yeah, we do. We'll go one more time into the chat. Matt Townsend said, only way I see Calgary retains 50% of the remainder contract that is left, only way Kadri comes to Dallas. It might have to be more than 50%. And I don't know how much they can actually retain. I have no idea what the rules are on retainers other than that you can only carry 3. And I don't know if you can actually carry 3 anymore. Has that changed?
Not that I'm aware of.
This past summer, I can't remember if the CBA changed it, or maybe it's going into next summer. I think the retention changes. That I think you still get the 3 slots, but you can only do a certain percentage of the retention, I think, is part of it.
I'll look that up. We'll bring this back up on the show tomorrow.
I could have dreamt that because I woke up from a dream the other night that Anthony Davis was traded for Giannis the other night. And I woke up and I saw the sham tweets. I saw it all. And I woke up, I was like, man, this is a good day. And I looked at my phone. Nope, that never happened. That was a dream. That was a
I love that
dream.
You have dreams about trades.
That's where my life has come to. It's a real problem. I need to get off my phone, I think, at night. I need to not turn on Twitter right as I wake up and right as I go to bed. This is a problem.
Yeah. See, I turned my Twitter notifications off. They are off. I do not check it ever.
Can't do that.
I post and then I'm like, goodbye.
Well, my personal ones, like I don't have the mentions or likes or retweets on. I have just the notifications on of the reporters that are going to tell me things.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm here for the information, not for the glory.
Yeah,
we
like that.
I like the glory. It's fine. I like the retweets. It's fine. Follow us on social media. Follow Clean Sheet Advice on social media. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I know everyone in the chat is probably already subscribed, but we got this Mikko Rantanen bobblehead. If we want to zoom in, there we go. Yep, Mikko Rantanen Moose bobblehead. We're giving it away at 250 subscribers. We're almost at 200. I think we're at 197 right now, so we're getting pretty close. Getting there. We're getting there. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode, right, Savannah? You gonna hop on in the morning with me?
Yep. Good morning. We're gonna talk about this Vegas game and what we're looking at for the weekend for Utah.
Yeah, we got Utah on Saturday, and then we're back home for 2 nights. I think Dom is going to be in town Monday and Wednesday for both of those games, so not a big deal. So if you see Dom there, go hang out with him.
Oh, fun. Good.
Go say hey to him. I think he's going to be pretty close to the glass on Monday night against the Jets. So
sweet.
Down in the 100 level. So go hang out with Dom. If you see Savannah on the big board again, say hey to her. And just look at the big board. She can see you. I think that's how the big board works, right? You can see everything from there.
Exactly. Now I'm down with all of the fans, and it's great. Come chat with me. Come talk to me.
Okay, there we go. So we nailed it. Chat, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the game tonight. Grab a coffee, whatever you need, because the 9 p.m. puck drop's really meaning 9:15, I would assume. So it's going to be late. It's going to be a late night, and it's going to be an early morning for me and Savannah when we record tomorrow's episode. What can you do?
Exactly. We're here for it.
What can you do? But that's it. We're getting out of here. Clean Sheet Advice happy hour is over. And we'll be back tomorrow with an episode of Clean Sheet Advice, Texas Hockey Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Bye, guys.